Get ready for the biggest roller derby event of the year. The 2024 WFTDA Global Derby Championships are coming to Portland. Join thousands of fans and watch the world's top 13 teams battle it out. Feel the excitement, the passion, the power of roller derby. Get your tickets today and be part of the action.
Good evening, Sacramento Roller Derby fans. We are up with a new bout. We got Minnesota Roller Derby's B Squad versus the SRD Maulstars. Just to start off, we're going to introduce the members from Minnesota. Number 11, Laurel Mighty. Number 18, Boo Boo. Number 20, Rollin' Riz. 22, Battle Arena. Number 26, Chew. Number 419, Scam Likely. 511, Wheelie Nelson. 65 is T-Rex. 66, Lightning Thrash. 79, Catu. Number 86, Wax Poetic. Number 89, Fanny Smack. 919, Buck Hustle. 924, Speed Rita. And number 93, Lady Novocaine. That is your Minnesota Roller Derby B Squad. Give it up for them, guys.
That was hella sketchy. My name is Ivana Bumpalot, and I'll be introducing your Sacramento Roller Derby Maulstars. Number 10, we have Jelly. Number 117, we have She-Ra. 143, Cinder Blocker. 17, Rhodes Warrior. 327, Kitten Run. 415, Bird Dog. 420, Rolling Stoner. 422, Biohazard Boobies. 451, Shock and Auburn, that's your captain. 654, Sour Ranger. 718, Haas. 73, Payne Dulce. 7808, Jessamine Kilowatts. 8, Nayslayer. 80, Merle Hazard. Let's hear it for the Sacramento Maulstars. All right, we are 10 seconds to Derby. Looking to jam first for the Maulstars is number 17, Rhodes Warrior, and number 18.
Boo Boo for the Minnesota Roller Derby. I like Boo Boo. That's
Boo
a good
Boo.
name.
You got to say it like
It's
Boo
a bear. It's a bear name, you know, Yogi and Boo Boo. So we're keeping it bear themed at least in the first jam.
And Rhodes Warrior takes the inside, followed by Boo Boo. Gets through on the outside. Rhodes is your lead jammer.
Boo Boo still having a little trouble with Sacramento's tripod. They've got her bottled up. Let's see if she can find a way through.
Rhodes Warrior coming around for their first scoring pass, stuck behind a Minnesota tripod, it appears to be.
Sacramento doing a good job of bridging the gap there to make sure the pack doesn't get too spread out.
Looks like Bird Dog, our pivot, is heading to the penalty box.
The ACS penalty box for all construction services. We really want to thank them for our beautiful new bear house. They did the work on that. Without their partnership, we would never have been able to host Bridges and Boardwalks. That is all construction services, sponsor of your ACS penalty box.
Sacramento will be starting without a pivot for this jam, since Bird Dog is in the box.
And we got Wheelie Nelson jamming for Minnesota.
And Merle Hazard for the Sacramento Maulstars.
Wheelie Nelson and Merle Hazard. I feel like they themed that for us.
Right?
It's our country music jam. Wheelie did a great job of getting around that Sacramento defense, and she is our lead jammer.
Merle Hazard trying to bust a hole through the middle of the pack. They're successful, and they get through. Wheelie Nelson's for a scoring pass, but calls it off after being knocked out of bounds.
Good check there by Nayslayer. Got a nice hip check, knocked her out of bounds, forced them to call the jam.
Don't forget about our $2 shout-outs, too, folks. Find the skater with the big blue poster board and give your favorite skater on the track a shout-out, or just make us say something silly.
And coming up to jam for Minnesota, this jam is number 65, T-Rex.
And 73, Payne for the Maulstars. Payne's getting a running start.
T-Rex is trying for that outside line, got bottled up.
Payne getting some offense from Bird Dog on lane 1, unsuccessful, being ran back.
Both teams doing a great job on defense, and I believe Sacramento was shorthanded there, so good job.
Cinder Blocker doing a good job holding back that Minnesota blocker on turn 2. They do get through and get lead status, though.
T-Rex pressured that defense, got them too spread out. They were forced to let her go. So good job, T-Rex. Let's see if she can capitalize and get a scoring pass in.
We've got a star pass. Bird Dog has the star now for the Maulstars.
Well, T-Rex saw the opposition jammer coming around the bend and wisely called it off. We're going to see if Minnesota can capitalize in the next bout. So far, a pretty even bout. We got Minnesota 6 to the Maulstars 4.
Implementing a lot of strategy so far. We're wanting to see no points instead of the other team getting any.
We're getting some nice defense. The blockers do not get enough credit, and they deserve it here. Although, Fanny Smack just made very short work of the defense. The second I called it out. No points, though, I don't believe. She called it off wisely before Sacramento got around to make their own attempt at a scoring pass. So a lot of defensive play so far. We're seeing them be smart in making sure the other team can't get any points on the board.
Merle Hazard jamming for Sacramento Maulstars.
And we got Battle Arena for Minnesota.
Hazard looking for offense from Cinder Blocker on lane 4, but making a path towards the middle instead.
Going side to
side. Around to the inside, getting lead status.
Very nice. He pressured that defense back and forth until she managed to make an opening for herself. Nice spin move.
That's 4 points for Sacramento.
And both teams lost a blocker, so that should open up some space for. Oh, I take it back. Minnesota lost their jammer there. I missed that. So we have a power jam for Sacramento. Let's see if Merle Haggard can put some points on the board.
That's 4 more for Sacramento, coming around for another scoring pass. Looks like Hazard is asking the Sacramento wall to play some offense, to push those blockers up, break them apart. And then pushing through until they force a no pack so they can just get those points.
Oh. All right.
Hazard pushing through on lane 1, getting 4 points and calling the jam.
Looked like Battle Arena was just getting ready for the cap pass, but it did not happen. So a nice jam for the Maulstars. They put 16 points on the board, quadrupling their score.
If you want to see Sacramento again, they'll be hosting another event on October 19th. The Capital Maulstars will play against Treasure Valley, followed by a Halloween-themed bout of witches versus pumpkins. Check sacramentorollerderby.com for details. Number 420 Stoner jamming for Sacramento. Number 18 Boo Boo for Minnesota. Boo Boo trying to get through on the 4, stopped by Jelly. Boo Boo getting lead status for Minnesota. Sour getting ran to the back of the pack.
Ooh, nice hit from Sacramento. I think that was Jelly. Oh, what? Hope everyone's okay
Maybe
there.
maybe not a nice hit.
Maybe not a nice hit.
There's my other water bottle. I've been looking for this thing for 2 days.
And luckily, it looks like Boo Boo just got a boo-boo, so maybe got the wind knocked out of her. As she said, it was not her head, and that is the important thing. That's why they got the helmet on. So we are getting ready back up, and I'd like to take a moment to thank the medics. We have some people that volunteer their time, nurses, EMTs, to make sure that everybody's safe, and they're doing a great job as always.
Literally cannot play roller derby without the medics. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rhodes Warrior jamming for the Sacramento Maulstars, number 511 for the Minnesota Bee.
That's Wheelie Nelson again. Both jammers made really short work of the pack, so let's see. Yep.
Yep, they don't want no smoke, no chasing jammers here.
No one is going to risk getting caught up, so the battle of defense continues. They want to get points, but even more, they want to make sure the other team doesn't get points.
Also
all right,
preserving energy, too, with that strategy. Preserving a lot of energy.
We got T-Rex back up for Minnesota.
And Payne, 73 for the Maulstars.
And if you have someone who couldn't make it here today, just let them know that they can watch us live on the Twitch app. Get on the Twitch app or go to twitch.com and search for Sacramento Roller Derby.
T-Rex getting lead status for Minnesota.
Payne is having a little bit of trouble getting out of the pack.
They passed it to Shock. Shock now has the start for Sacramento. And Boo Boo was able to get a, not Boo Boo.
Shock has one of my favorite Derby numbers, 451, literary reference.
Woo. Announcing right after a game is real fun. My brain is still going too fast for my mouth.
That's my default state. Or my mouth is too fast for my brain.
Yeah, usually for me it's the other way around. We've got Hazard for Sacramento jamming, number 8 and 9 for Minnesota. That's Fanny Smack. Hazard pushing on the inside, Fanny taking the outside.
This is a game. So far, the flow has been largely determined by the defense.
Hazard's lead. Fanny Smack still working on getting through, and dropped the helmet cover trying to do a pass, I believe. Hazard gets an easy 4 points on the inside.
You know what? Have you noticed that every time I talk about how great the defense is doing, immediately someone just skates straight through the pack without anybody laying a hip on her? That seems to be the magic to free up jams, is to for me to say, looks like Merle maybe got a cut there. I don't think I saw the call.
Did not see the call, but they are in the box. We've got a power
back
for
block.
Minnesota.
So, Merle has going to have a little bit of time there to think about bad things she's done, sitting in the ACS penalty box. Number 66, Lightning Thrash, out of the ACS penalty box for Minnesota. Giving them a full roster, I believe. Sacramento's still down a couple people. And Fanny Smack got herself out of the pack.
Hazard managed to collect 4 points on that pass.
Ooh.
Hazard crashing right into the pack, trying to break apart this tripod as best she can, maybe force a no pack while Sacramento holds back the jammer. They're through. That's 4 points, Sacramento. Fanny Smack is stuck behind a deadly tripod right now.
All right. Another nice jam for Sacramento. 12 to 11. I liked it more when it said 12 to 8, but it's now 12 to 11. So good on both of them. Let's say that.
Checking in with the scoreboard, Minnesota is at 21, Maulstars at 32 as we head into jam 10 of the first half. We've got number 22 jamming for Minnesota.
Battle Reno.
And 17, Rhodes Warrior for the Maulstars.
Rhodes. All right, Battle Arena tried the insides, tried the outsides, back on the inside.
Looks like Haas is going to the box.
Well, we got one member of the tripod holding her up. It got sent to the penalty box, and that allowed her to get free. So Battle Arena is your lead jammer. Oh, nice pass from Battle Arena. That's the way you like to see it.
Rhodes was able to collect 2 points for Sacramento before the jam was called.
Battle Arena has to be pretty happy about that. Managed to just knife right through the pack on the scoring pass. Made it look easy. All right, we got Stoner up for Sacramento, and Wheelie Nelson is back jamming for Minnesota.
Stoner tried to follow Wheelie Nelson on that inside line, but was pinched off by this tripod. Cinder and Rhodes doing the best they can to hold it back. And I believe, we've got a little jammer switch that's going to happen here. Haas is going out.
I just wanted to comment that I just noticed Wheelie Nelson has 2 braids, and I really love her committing to the bit that much. That's good.
That's pretty good. They start smoking on the bench, though, we're going to have a
Yeah.
problem.
Well, they have Stoner and Wheelie Nelson on the same team. No, two different teams. Well, there's some inner squad love.
Stoner pushing through, trying to force a no pack, collecting 4 points for Sacramento, coming around for another scoring pass. Wheelie Nelson appears to be returning to the track with the helmet cover in hand. A little strategy happening there. We got an out-of-bounds block called.
Yeah, Wheelie tried to throw a hip
And then a cut
Stoner.
on Stoner. So
Well,
they both sit down, and then they're both going to go right back in.
Yeah. Since you can't have both jammers sit down, otherwise it stops being roller derby and just turns into couple skate. So.
Correct. And then as a reminder for spectators, too, Stoner only had to sit for as long as Wheelie did. So that's why that penalty was so short for Stoner.
Yeah, both of them pretty much just wheeled over there, touched the seat, and then got back up again. That wasn't much of a penalty for anybody. But, boy, nice defense for Minnesota, nice defense for Sacramento. Looks like Minnesota is using some of their blockers to try to free up.
Stoner ducks down on that one, gets through, collects 4 points, coming around for another scoring pass while Wheelie is still making their way through. And that is the end of Jam 11.
Yeah, I think Minnesota took a little gamble there. They thought two people could hold Stoner so they could use a blocker to open some space for their own jammer, and I don't think it worked out the way they were hoping. All right, but back up for Minnesota, we have T-Rex, number 65. My favorite dinosaur-themed skater on the floor right now. That's I say that without fear of contradiction.
What about She-Ra? That could be dinosaur-themed.
She-Ra's He-Man's sister.
Oh, yeah, you know what? No, you're right.
Yeah.
Duh. I forgot about that.
I will give you Velociraptor, although she wasn't skating under that name today, so I think I'm still in the clear.
Yep, you're good.
Yep.
Payne's jamming for Sacramento.
And T-Rex.
That's 7-3 on their back and their arms.
Yeah. T-Rex is also one of my favorite British invasion bands. I just thought I would mention it. Bang and Gong.
Looks like we have an official timeout as well.
Yeah. You may be wondering what the officials are talking about right now, but the truth is no one ever knows. And we're not sure. At some point it'll start again, and we'll just all pretend that we knew what happened.
We'll find out eventually.
I know. I prefer not to know. I like the mystery. All right. We're back on. T-Rex lining up against Payne. Let's see how they do.
Payne giving themselves some room to catch some speed at the beginning of this jam, pushing on the Minnesota tripod in
T-Rex
lane
is,
1, now to lane 4.
Trying to use some lateral movement to see if she can find a hole, and she does. So T-Rex for Minnesota is the lead jammer. She's going to be looking to put some points on the board and close the gap a little bit that Sacramento has opened up. Nice spin move from T-Rex. I didn't see her do it, but she called it, which was the right move. She had the Sacramento jammer coming up ready to score some points. So 4 points for Minnesota. Very successful jam for them. Yep. All right, I got a bout shout here. Papa and Mama Dear, thank you for your love and support throughout the never-ending season. With love, the MNRD All-Stars. So I did not know they were one giant family, but it looks like they are. That's Minnesota nice for you.
And Watts is jamming for the first time for Sacramento.
And Boo Boo is back out from the first time since that scary fall she had a little bit ago.
Boo Boo's working on that scoring pass. Watts just finished their initial.
I think it was a Scottish philosopher who once said, I get knocked down and I get up again. And I found that to be
sounds
true
about
for
right.
Boo Boo. Yeah. Never going to keep me down. Boo Boo is getting banged up today, but every time she gets down, she gets right back up. And she got 4 points for Minnesota, so good jam for Boo Boo.
Maybe you're thinking of the philosopher Fisher-Price. They weeble and they wobble, but they
Weeble
don't
and they
stay
wobble,
down.
but they don't fall down.
Yep.
Chumbawamba, actually, but we can go with Fisher-Price. Okay. The Sacramento Roller Derby would like to thank our longtime sponsor, Empire's Comics Vault and Hot Sauce, Located at 1120 Fulton Avenue in Sacramento, they have been providing comics to all ages for over 15 years. If you get a chance, swing by, say hi to Ben. He's one of the nicest people in Sacramento. And he will get you a comic book. He'll get you hot sauce. He'll get you a spicy comic book if you want that. And we got 2 points on the board for Minnesota as kind of the defensive battle is playing out. They are slowly chipping away at that Maulstar lead. It's 35-44. All right, we've got Wheelie Nelson up against Stoner. Wheelie tried the outside, going for the inside. And now just using some muscle. She's going to work her way through that pack. Stoner also trying and having similar, not great results. Wait. And we got Stoner with lead jam status. That took some work. Stoner's bench telling them that the Minnesota Jammer is about to put some points on the board, so that wisely called that off. And we got Rhodes again back up for Sacramento jamming. And are they on a power jam? I don't see a jammer. Yeah, we got a power jam for Rhodes Warrior. So Minnesota looking a little little light out there. They don't have quite everybody they would like. So let's see how they do in holding back Rhodes Warrior.
We'll have to see how that looks after this team timeout. I've got a couple shout-outs here we could get through. Governor Tim Walz would like to wish MNRD good luck and remind everyone to vote early and vote often. Nice.
All right. And a shout-out to Spice the ref. Is that Spice? Spike the ref. I wrote a really nice shout-out to you yesterday, and you did not acknowledge it. My God. That hurt my feelings. Spike, I used to like you until I read this. So Spike the ref, shout out for you. And once again, just ignoring who I can only assume is his mother, a girlfriend, a jilted fiance.
To be fair, it's real hard to hear the announcers on the track.
I don't want to be fair.
Which is honestly for the better. Because we're saying stuff like, they're passing the star, and the other teams are like, don't tell them that, but they can't hear us.
I do sit on that sometimes, and it's because I don't want to give stuff away. All right.
They're too lost in the sauce.
Let's see if Rhodes can take advantage of this power jam, and she does. Just not enough Minnesota bodies out there to slow her down.
And it looks like Sacramento's lining up to sweep. Let's see if they're successful.
Minnesota doing a good job to making Rhodes cycle back.
Oh, they were able to force a track cut, though, I believe. No, never mind.
I thought that was a track cut, too.
I thought it was, too. That's why we're not refs.
I 100% thought Rhodes was skating to the penalty box.
Me, too.
So,
Wheelie Nelson back on the track,
for your expert analysis from the booth here, we don't know what just happened. But Rhodes did get a scoring pass there, put 4 points up. Minnesota has some more players out there, so hopefully that's going to make things a little more even. But another 4 points on the board for Sacramento.
Wheelie's still working on that initial with the jammer hat in hand.
Yep. Minnesota started the jam discombobulated with a lot of people in the penalty box, and it just hasn't come together for them yet.
That's 4 more for the Maulstars. Speed Rita now has the star for Minnesota. And that is the jam. We got a 13-point jam for the Maulstars.
Nice jam from the Maulstars. Were able to really take advantage of Minnesota penalties. They had a power jam. They had a blocker or two in the penalty box as well. And yeah, that cost them that time. So good jam for Sacramento. All right. We got T-Rex versus, I think, Biohazard. Is that right?
Just Merle Hazard.
Oh, Merle Hazard. Well, it's one of the Hazard. Has anyone called them the Hazard Sisters? That would be good.
That's not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Well, I have right now. We have the
Got an official review happening right now.
I'm caught on something. Yeah, we'll see if we.
Take this time to thank Urban Flex and Flow. They are a fitness, yoga, and wellness studio committed to community connection and accessibility. Their studio can be found at 6442 Fair Oaks Boulevard in Carmichael. That is Urban Flex and Flow.
And if you're looking for some new skates or safety gear so you can begin your own roller derby journey, start at Tor's Quad Shop located at 2309 K Street, Suite 101, inside the Boulevard Skate Shop. Or find them on Instagram. Tor is at the shop on Saturdays and Sundays to help you find the right setup. Todd will be happy to help you if you come in on a weekday. Tor is that one ref and is one of the people that has been with roller derby in Sacramento the longest. When I started, I think Tor might be the only person that is still around from the first bout that I went to way back when at Memorial Auditorium. So Tor, one of the most knowledgeable people you'll find on roller derby, knows the ins and outs, and she will get you set up. And I do recommend it. Roller derby is a fantastic sport. Oh, you're a skater, right, Ivana? You can tell
Sometimes.
me.
No, I'm kidding.
Are the sleeve tattoos mandatory, or is it just a coincidence? I'm just wondering.
The sleeve tattoos. What do you mean?
Well, it just feels like every single skater that I've seen
like
has a
literally
sleeve tattoo.
sleeve tattoos. I mean, cool people play roller derby, and cool people have tattoos. So.
I think that might be it. So, yeah, if you don't have tattoos, join roller derby. You'll probably end up with some after a little bit. It just happens.
I thought you were talking about the number armbands for a minute, and I was like,
no. If you tattoo your number on your arm, that is a commitment. That is like, I'm derby for life.
People used to do that back in the day. You're not allowed to do that
I
anymore,
have
though.
seen it.
Minnesota is challenging the lack of a cut call on Sacramento's jammer on the outside. Upon review, it was observed that actions occurred were legal, and Minnesota will lose their OR. No call will stand.
Okay.
No call will stand.
Our confusion remains in place because we also did not understand what happened there, but I knew that had to be what was getting disputed. All right, so we did not clear that up. We have T-Rex versus Hazard.
Hazard lining up on lane 4. T-Rex trying to push through on the 1.
And, yep, side to side, going back and forth, trying to find a hole in that Sacramento defense.
Hazard making it through, getting lead jammer status. Bird Dog appears to be going to the box for Sacramento, so there was no pivot for Sacramento on the track currently. T-Rex following closely behind Hazard, both approaching their first scoring pass.
Hazard did a great job there.
Getting through lane 4, calling the jam before Minnesota is able to collect any points. That's all 4 for Sacramento.
Did both important jobs of the jammer. One, get some points on the board. Two, pay attention and know when the other team's about to get points, and she called that jam. So, yeah, little by little, the Maulstars have been pulling away. I don't think there's been any giant scoring runs, but it's just been every jam a little bit more for Sacramento, and it's starting to stack up. We have
That's smart roller derby right there.
Yeah. A score of 37-64.
She-Ra returning to the track, looking to play some O. Minnesota gets through. Fanny Smack is lead.
Let's see if Fanny Smack can capitalize and get a good scoring run going here.
Rhodes getting through on that initial with the helmet cover in hand.
Nice from Fanny Smack.
Bird Dog
Danced her
returning
way
to
right
the track.
through the pack. Looks like there's going to be a couple more warm bodies on there. Yep. Fanny Smack smartly calls off the jam before Sacramento can put points on the board. Hey, 4 points there for Minnesota as they chip into that Maulstars lead.
Heading into Jam 19, we have Watts jamming for the second time today for Sacramento. Number 22 for Minnesota.
Battle Arena. Hey, they're coming out with that ballerina movie that's a spinoff of John Wick.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if she is a ballerina. I'm assuming so. Ballerinas with guns and knives. I'm for it.
Watts almost getting through on lane 4, getting recycled back by Minnesota's pack.
But Ballerina found that inside lane, managed to force her way through, and is going to try to get some points on the board for Minnesota. Yep.
She-Ra returning to the track.
I think she got out on the outside line. 4 points for Minnesota. And Ballerina's been given that green light to just keep going. But then got waved off. Did a nice job of avoiding that Sacramento block, by the way. That looked like that was going to be ugly, and she managed to sway her way out of it.
Hazard jamming again for the Maulstars.
You know, I'm on the Twitch stream here, and we have somebody named Joss Bleeden who said, usually it's food. I'm completely lost as to what that might be in reference to, but I just thought I'd mention it.
Motivation for getting lead.
And Boo Boo, fully recovered from her earlier spill, is our lead jammer.
Both approaching a scoring pass. Boo Boo calling it off before Hazard was able to collect any points. No points on the board for anyone.
And Boo Boo got another Boo Boo. It looks like it's a small one, though.
Yeah, I found out recently that if you start bleeding on the track, even for like if it's your cuticle or you get like a tiny little scrape, you got to take care of it immediately or you can get called out in the middle of the jam, and you don't want that.
Yeah, that's true of most sports, I think. I don't think there are too many where they want you to bleed on people.
It's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Payne jamming for Sacramento. We've got an official timeout happening right now, though, but lining up for Minnesota will be.
Maybe that Kumite thing that Jean-Claude Van Damme was in back in the day, Bloodsport. I think they bled in that.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I'm 89% sure that was a documentary. I don't know.
Beats me.
Okay. Hey, Low Chiropractic is on a mission to provide top-quality chiropractic care at a fee that makes getting out of pain and maximizing your health affordable and accessible. Dr. Aaron Lowe is our league's exclusive chiropractor, and his office can be found at 5301 Madison Avenue in Sacramento. You know, I needed chiropractic care a while back, and this is true because I slept wrong. That's the kind of shape I'm in. I didn't play roller derby. I wasn't out playing football. I slept funny and was paralyzed, and chiropractic care just got me right back to work.
I feel that. I had to get adjusted after I threw my gear bag over my shoulder one time. I got stuck like this.
All right, we got Wheelie Nelson lining up. Do we have and who is lining up back
Payne,
here for Sacramento?
That is Payne getting a running start.
Yeah. Payne trying to get a head of steam on the pack, which didn't actually seem to be what happened. I'm not sure exactly.
They had to do a little blocking there at the same time to keep Wheelie Nelson from following them through on the 1. They get out on the 4. Sacramento is lead. Wheelie Nelson also getting through on lane 4. Both coming around for a scoring pass.
Wheelie's got a little window of opportunity here, and
let's see if Payne does a points and call. Appears to do a points and call, but we had an apex jump. So did Minnesota get any of those points? I did not.
Oh. It still looked pretty. Hey,
it did.
You know what?
It did.
Let's give them credit for that. That was a nice apex jump, just a little too late. So to recap that scoreboard, we got the Sacramento Maulstars with a 67 and Minnesota's B team with 47.
Really, anything can still happen. A 20-point jam is a thing. You know, it's only a 20-point lead for the Maulstars. Let's see if they can keep it. Rhodes jamming right now. T-Rex jamming for Minnesota.
I would not be surprised if later in the bout, the way these teams have been fighting, if the defenses got a little tired and we started seeing some higher scoring jams.
I could see that happening as well in the second half. Rhodes calling it off, not wanting to race that jammer for Minnesota.
Yep. It didn't really matter which one of them was going to be in the lead at that point because whoever it was going to call the jam. That was not going to happen. When you're jamming it, you want to see some free and clear points. You don't want to risk that the other guy's going to overtake you and put their own points on the board. All right. We got Stoner lined up against Fanny Smack for Minnesota.
Fanny Smack jumping around behind Stoner a little bit. Doing some quick feet, maybe trying to shuffle up that tripod. It worked. They got through on lane 1. Fanny Smack is lead. Stoner still working through that initial.
I was watching Stoner, and I completely missed Fanny Smack on the inside. So, once again, Minnesota's going to put in some effort here, try to chip into Sacramento's lead. Fanny Smack really working hard against that Sacramento tripod. A lot of muscle going in there. They are not making it easy on her.
Stoner's coming around to see if they can get any points. They did an apex jump, and they got 2 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them points. That was pretty good. And that was a high apex jump, too. Knees to chest. Quite impressive.
Fanny Smack probably not happy that she didn't see Stoner coming there, but still, that again, another point up for Minnesota.
There's a lot of helmet covers on the track right now. What's going on? All right. And we've got an official review on Sacramento being called. Well, they're calling it.
Oh, Sacramento may be looking at that apex jump to see if Minnesota did get some points.
Well, to see maybe to see if they got all 4 instead of the 2.
Well, I think the important thing is I will likely be just as confused at the end of this. I want to be good enough to get all the officiating. I am not. Sacramento Roller Derby is always looking for more sponsors and business partners. If you own a business or know someone who wants to advertise with a great nonprofit, email sponsorship@sacramentorollerderby.com to learn about all your opportunities. And we still have bout shouts going. I see that coming down. You know what? If you get a bout shout, there's a decent chance that skater will stand there and fan you with that giant sign for a while. That's worth $2 all by itself. I would pay $2 just to have her stand there for a couple minutes doing that. So I'm just saying, she's giving you like free samples like they do at Costco. All right. Looks like the skaters are lining up again, so whatever the call is, we're going to hear it.
Sacramento was challenging a lack of points awarded. Upon review, the correct number of points were awarded. Sacramento will not retain their official review. Thank you.
Ooh, so that means that Stoner would only be receiving the 2 points for that apex jump, and now since they lost the official review, they do not have one. They have 1 less now.
Okay. Well, Battle Arena is lining up against Hazard for Sacramento.
Hazard trying to push through on the 1, getting recycled back.
There we go.
Ballerina getting lead status.
Nice toe work to keep herself in bounds as she went around that outside line. And another quickly called jam. Both teams just not willing to take the risk that the other team might get points.
That gap really is closing here, too, that lead gap. Minnesota's now at 52. Maulstars are at 69. This is a tight game.
Minnesota's famously nice, and I think they are nice, but I think we're also seeing a little Minnesota spice. All right, we have Boo Boo here.
Looks like number 86 is returning to the track, maybe to play some O for Boo Boo. That's exactly what they did.
Boo Boo has lead jammer status. Rhodes Warrior is in the penalty box, which gives Minnesota a chance at a power jam. Let's see if they can take advantage and really get back in this. Nice. Quick 4 points up for Minnesota as Boo Boo is doing some damage to Sacramento. This really allows the Minnesota defense to play offense. Their blockers can get in there, opening some holes for Boo Boo so that she can just skate on through. They don't have to worry about the Sacramento jammer. And we're seeing the effects of that right now as Boo Boo makes another scoring pass.
Rhodes Warrior returning to the track, helmet cover in hand. Minnesota's ready.
Yeah, Minnesota tripoded up.
But she busts through on that lane 1, breaking that tripod, getting that initial pass done, putting the helmet cover back on. Let's see if Sacramento's going to get any points here.
Rhodes had a nice head of steam there, and she actually managed to put a good block on a blocker, and that allowed her to get through. But Minnesota called that jam. They got a nice 10 points on. All of a sudden, we got ourselves about 62 Minnesota, 69 Maulstars, a 7-point bout, and it's anybody's game. All right, we got Wheelie Nelson up against Stoner. It is our Mary Jane themed jam here. Shock putting a body on Wheelie and forcing her out of bounds. Did we get to do it again? Looks like we got a cut track called on Kit and Run for Sacramento. That should, Sacramento's now down a blocker. Let's see if Minnesota can do anything with that. Both teams are playing amazing defense right now. I mean, you got to give it up for those blockers out there. They are doing a great job. Up. And Stoner just got called for a track cut. You can't enter the track in front of where you got knocked out. And since Stoner did that, we have a power jam for Minnesota, the second one in the past few minutes. Let's see if that gets them even closer to getting back in this game. Oh, Wheelie puts a nice forearm shiv there on Shock and Auburn, who was a bit shocked herself. And another scoring run for Wheelie. 3-point bout.
Stoner returning to the track, helmet cover in hand for Sacramento. Trying to come around on the inside, getting recycled back by Minnesota. Although I don't necessarily think they had to recycle back since the jammer that hit them out also fell down.
Yeah, and Wheelie Nelson just got a call against her. I didn't see it. I think it was just a common foul, like a arm to the back or something like that. I didn't see the cut call. So anyways, that's the tables have turned. We have Sacramento with the power jam, although not a lot of time left to capitalize. Let's see if anything happens.
8 seconds, and Shock has the star now. 5, 4, 3. Can we get a point?
Oh, and that is halftime. It is halftime. It is a great time to go get yourself some food. Check out those merch booths. And we do have an announcement for halftime. But, hey, stick around. We have a really good bout. After the first half of the first half was all Sacramento, we are now Minnesota 68, Sacramento 69, a virtual tie, and one of the best bouts I've seen so far this weekend.
Get ready for the biggest roller derby event of the year. The 2024 WFTDA Global Derby Championships are coming to Portland. Join thousands of fans and watch the world's top 13 teams battle it out. Feel the excitement, the passion, the power of roller derby. Get your tickets today and be part of the action.
Out there doing his lap in his beautiful brand new cape. The officials get that cape for their 300th game? That is an amazing cape, Nomad. Congratulations on your milestone achievement. Oh, all you ever have to do is ask, and I will do anything for the officials. I will do.
And we are back, and I'm completely aware of that. I was not just eating a burrito thing from the place outside.
A burrito thing.
Looks like we have Wheelie Nelson. Thank you.
And hazards on the track for Sacramento. They just got that lead status while Wheelie Nelson is heading back to the box where they started the jam.
So we are in a power jam situation for Sacramento, who is going to be looking to widen that lead again after Minnesota made it pretty much all go away. Oh, nope, that didn't happen. Okay, so now we have Hazard sitting down, and that will bring Wheelie Nelson right back up. So, again, you can't have two jammers sitting in the penalty box because otherwise it's just people skating in a circle. You're no longer playing a sport. So.
And our lead did go to the box after getting lead status, so that means we're going to go the full 2 minutes this jam. Now Cinder's going to the box. Everyone's going to the box. Yep. Hazard is back on the track for Sacramento. Let's see if we can get some points.
We got both jammers in the box. We have other people in the box. You know what? If I take some time off to eat, everything just goes to hell. That's what I got out of that. So, Sacramento has managed to put 4 on the board in a kind of a messy jam, but you know what? It doesn't matter if it's messy if it works. And right now there's another scoring pass for Merle Hazard, and Sacramento has widened their lead to 9. We got a cut call. And Shock and Auburn cut the track. And so she's going to have a seat over in the ACS penalty box from All Construction Services. All right. And a fairly successful, if broken, jam for the Maulstars, who put up 12 points to Minnesota's 4. And we have a 72-81 bout. All right, now we got Boo Boo versus Watts still lining up. Boo Boo for Minnesota, Watts for Sacramento. We've seen Boo Boo a few times. I'm not sure if we've seen Watts jam yet tonight. Boo Boo's going for that inside line, and she gets it. It should never be
Watts
that easy.
following right behind. Boo Boo does have that lead status, though. Let's see if they call it when Watts gets a little closer, if they're going to try to get some points here first.
Ooh.
And we did do a points and call.
Nice. I think she should have gotten 2 for that.
They got 3 for that.
Nice.
Watts got none for Sacramento.
That was just really smart heads up. Get your points, call that thing before Sacramento got their points. So good job for Minnesota. 3 points on the board for Boo Boo.
Heading into Jam 3 of the second half, and we have 89 for Minnesota. That is Fanny Smack and Payne, number 73 for the Maulstars.
I just want to congratulate Boo Boo for not injuring herself, because it seems like the past couple jams haven't gone well for her. And Boo Boo did not have to visit the medic station, and I think that's progress. All right. Both defenses doing a really good job of holding, but
looks like Jelly.
Fanny Smacks has gotten our lead jammer status, maybe because Shock was sitting in the penalty box. I don't know.
Jelly's now in the box for Sacramento as well. There's no pivot on the track for Sacramento currently. Boo Boo is working on getting some points here.
Looks like we had a star pass there. But Minnesota saw him coming. Not going to allow the Maulstars an opportunity to get points. So it tightens up again. We're at 78 Minnesota, 81 Maulstars.
Rhodes Warrior getting ready to jam for the Maulstars once again. Number 22, Battle Rena for Minnesota.
Rhodes, one of the longer tenured players on the Sacramento squad. Looks like she's lining up to go for that inside line. Battle Rena's going straight up the middle. Oh, nope.
Oh, they left a hole in the 4. Battle Rena gets through, gets lead status. Yep. Rhodes still working on that initial pass. Battle Rena coming around turn 4 for that scoring pass.
Yeah, Sacramento blockers did not do a great job rotating there to close out that outside lane. But they're making sure that doesn't happen twice. Battle Rena went outside, she went inside. They stopped her both places, and she had to call it.
And it looks like we have an empty penalty box, so we will be having 10 skaters on the track for this next jam.
And we are all knotted up, 81-81. It is a brand new bout.
Number 420 Rolling Stoner for the Maulstars getting ready to jam. That's 65 T-Rex for Minnesota.
And
Kitten
let's
Run
see.
looks ready to play some offense for Stoner. Let's see
Oh.
what happens.
Again, Sacramento did not quite seal off that inside lane, allowed T-Rex to just kind of dance on her toes along the inside, and she's going to be attempting to get some points on the board.
Stoner gets through that initial pass, coming around for the scoring pass. Battle Arena fighting through for a scoring pass, but calls it before any points are awarded to either team.
Yep. Better to get no points than to allow the other team to have any, and that is what happened there. And if you haven't had a chance, the food outside is Nicaraguan food. I had not had Nicaraguan food before this tournament, and now I'm going to be seeking it out. It is quite good.
Hazard jamming for Sacramento, challenging lane 1, while Boo Boo challenges lane 4.
Boo Boo knocking over some much bigger than her Sacramento blockers, showing some muscle from Boo Boo. And that allowed her to get through the pack. So Boo Boo's coming around to try to make a scoring pass.
Hazard still working on that initial, getting recycled back by Minnesota.
Boo Boo's she said, hey, I was able to muscle my way through these guys before. Let's try it again. Not as much success the second time, though.
With Cinder Blocker on the line, I think they might have gotten lucky that time. Cinder was able to hold that one open enough for Merle to do a little apex jump.
And we had a cap pass.
A fake cap pass.
Oh,
Hazard just took the star off and put it right back on. We like to
which
call
is
that a
completely legal.
tofu.
I know that one. I didn't see who it was. I just saw them putting the cap on. I went, oh, we had a pass. I missed it. I was looking at the other jammer.
It's exactly what they wanted you to do.
It is all a mind game, and no one is better at it than Hazard. Hey, we still have bout shouts. We can be your trained monkeys. We will say pretty much anything that you write on a piece of paper. We have a skater there with a big sign. She'll come through when there's a stoppage in play. Give her $2 and hear your words coming out of my mouth. All right, and we are back on with roller derby. Minnesota just grabbed lead jammer status.
Watts is still working through this tripod. They look to have done a star pass to Shock and Auburn. Shock's got the star now.
And while Sacramento was sleeping, Minnesota came up and has the lead. It is
Lead
85
change.
or 89 to 81. I thought they already put those 4 points up. So it's an 8-point Minnesota lead after an early part of the bout that was all Sacramento. Minnesota has grabbed the lead. All right, we got Battle Arena lined up for Minnesota, and I cannot see the
Rhodes Warrior for
Rhodes.
Sacramento. Looks like our pack is starting real wide. I think they were trying to maybe bait the jammers to the center, but they didn't take the bait. Rhodes gets through on the inside. Battle Arena still working on that initial with the helmet cover in hand. I think maybe trying to do a pass here. Rhodes coming up for her first scoring pass.
Biohazard is making the Minnesota Jammer miserable. She has managed to hold her and knock her out of bounds multiple times. And Minnesota is still fighting to try to get their way out of that pack.
And
but
Rhodes goes to the box, so they're actually in a power jam right now too, but that is still an initial pass.
Feels like we've got a lot of penalties tonight. Am I imagining that, or has that been happening? I feel like the Jammers have been in the box a lot.
That's usually kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see if Minnesota's going to be able to break through here. We're going to go the full 2 now since our lead jammer did go to the box. Cinder Blocker now heading to the box too. We're shaving off some Sacramento blockers, so they might be able to get through this initial pass.
Yeah, I saw the hit that Cinder Blocker did there. I don't think she meant to do it, but it was, the arm was a little high.
Whoa, Biohazard Boobies coming through on the 4 to sweep out the jammer. They fell down as well, though. I think maybe we're just getting a little tired, which is completely fair for a 2-minute jam.
It's yeah, you start getting tired legs.
You know, getting hit down really makes you tired.
Listen, I can't.
Up and down,
I
it's
will
a lot.
never, talk about athletes getting tired out here. I get winded if I can't find the remote, and I'll just go, you know what? I guess I'm watching Matlock reruns on the Superstation because I can't.
Infomercials
too
it
much,
is.
yep. Let's see what that slap
Rhodes
chop has
coming
to
through
offer.
out of the box, getting 4 points. Chu now has wearing the star for Minnesota. There was a successful pass.
Rhodes is feeling it.
Rhodes challenging the arms of the tripod for Minnesota. And we have another lead change, maybe?
No.
Let's see.
Did
No.
they put it up there?
Wait, please hold.
Unfortunate. No, I think that's where we're at. 93 to 91.
Yeah.
This is every single jam. The lead is in question. So this is a bad time to take a nap if you're in the stands. Also, we'll check on you because it might be heat exhaustion.
Stoner jamming for the Maulstars. We've got 65. T-Rex for Minnesota. T-Rex gets through right in the middle, gets lead status. Stoner following close behind in lane 4. Biohazard Boobies returning to the track while Minnesota's pivot is going to the box. Stoner knocks out the Minnesota jammer to make them call off the jam.
Nice work from Stoner.
Love seeing jammers hit each other. It's so fun.
Jammer on jammer action. That is some of the best stuff because you don't usually see it coming.
Hazard jamming for the Maulstars next. Number 18, Boo Boo for Minnesota B.
Jamming's one of the, well, it's not one of the, it's the toughest job out there. They have to work so hard to try to fight through that pack.
Hazard gives Boo Boo a little tap right when that whistle blows to try to throw him off and get through on lane 1 to get lead status. Boo Boo still working on that initial pass while Hazard comes around for her first scoring pass.
Sacramento blockers doing a great job of rotating that tripod around, not giving Boo Boo any air to breathe there, so no gaps for her to find a hole in that defense. Looks like she's doing a good
Hazard
job
making it through on the outside. That's another 4 points. Penalty box is now clear.
Boo Boo's still trying to muscle her way through. And we just got a cap pass there and a cut.
Oh.
Power jam for Sacramento.
And that's a lead change as well. Maulstars at 99, Minnesota at 93. Hazard pushing through on lane 1. Trying everything they can to get out of that apex.
Minnesota doing a great job with limited resources here.
They really are. Recycling back the jammer is the best
Yep.
thing they can do right now to kill time and preserve energy.
All right. Well, not the way they would have hoped it ended, but Minnesota did a great job holding on at the end there to make sure Sacramento didn't just run away with the score there. It is 93 Minnesota, 103 Maulstars.
Rhodes Warrior jamming for the Maulstars, number 89, Fanny Smack for Minnesota. Fanny Smack really busting apart the Sacramento wall over on turn 1, getting lead status. Rhodes Warrior racing out close behind to force a call. No points for anyone on that one. Stoner jamming for Sacramento as we head into jam 12 of the second half. Looks like we've got
And
T-Rex
for Minnesota. Hey, and Empire's Comics Vault and Hot Sauce is a great place to get some graphic novels, and they have expanded to carry artisan and small batch hot sauce flavors. I'm going to throw in something else. You know what they have at Empire's Comics Vault? Pugs. They have pug dogs in the store. It is fantastic. Empire's Comics Vault's located at 1120 Fulton Avenue in Sacramento. The owner is Ben. Super nice guy. Tell him Sacramento Roller Derby sent you. And Minnesota has grabbed lead jammer status with T-Rex, and she is going for her first scoring pass.
Rolling Stoner coming around for a scoring pass as
Nice.
well. They call it, but I think Stoner was able to get, 1 point for Sacramento on that one. 4 total in the jam.
Minnesota rolled the dice a little bit, but I think that paid off for them. 2. We've not changed.
2. 2 for Sacramento.
Is that your final offer, officially? All right, so still, great jam there for Minnesota. and they picked up another couple points, and they're again making that narrow lead even narrower. But we are starting out with Sacramento in the power jam. We have Rhodes Warrior lining up. And I can't see who
we got an official
Minnesota
timeout
has
at the
sitting
moment.
down over there.
That's 65. That is T-Rex. They
T-Rex.
were the jammer in the last jam. We're at the 5 seconds. Rhodes shuffles back, getting ready to go. Let's
Yep,
see
he's
what
gonna try
kind
to
of
get ahead of
offense
steam here a
we
little
play
bit.
here. There we go. Cinder Blocker pulls off that blocker holding Rhodes to give her space to do an apex jump. She grabs that lead status quickly. Coming around for a scoring pass.
Looked like Sacramento was trying to control the pace of the pack to give Rhodes that opportunity to do an apex jump.
Yes.
Can't do it on the straightaways, so they slowed it down
Well,
right at that corner.
You can if you're real skilled. I can't. I can't do it personally.
I don't know. It feels like it would defy laws of physics, but I believe you.
Bird Dog back on the track. So is Minnesota's jammer T-Rex. Rhodes collects 4 points for Sacramento, coming around to collect another 4 while T-Rex works on this initial pass.
We got a full complement of skaters out there, so things are going to tighten up a little bit. We're probably not going to see points as easily put on the board.
Someone's going to the box. That would be Shock for Sacramento as a
Shock and
blocker.
Auburn.
Rhodes calls it before Minnesota collects any points. Sacramento will be starting this next jam with 1 less blocker than they would like.
And Sacramento built on their lead a little bit, so another 8-point jam for the Maulstars. We're at 113-95. It has been a very back and forth, up and down bout so far, though, so I wouldn't rule anybody out at this point.
And we now have 3 different players who all have 5 penalties, so we might not be seeing some people as much if we want to keep anyone from fouling out. I'm not sure. We will have to see.
I didn't see who put that vicious hit on Biohazard there. I don't know. Someone must have knocked her hard because she just went down.
It's probably herself. I always hit myself the hardest playing roller derby, to be honest. Anytime I get injured, it's my own doing completely.
Oh, since no one had blown a whistle, I'm pretty sure that was just her falling down. But that's the great thing when you're announcing the players don't pay attention. So poking fun at Biohazard. All right. Are we on team timeout for the Maulstars? They're talking something over. Is it a team timeout? I don't see the team talking. So, all right. Well, something just happened, and now we have Battle Arena lined up against, who do we got there? Merle Hazard. Both jammers choosing to get kind of a run at the pack.
Hazard trying to go for the 4 and create a hole for herself by sweeping the 1.
Again.
Oh, looks like Hazard's going to the box. We've got a power jam for Minnesota.
Minnesota
Battle
could
Arena
use
gets
that
through
right
and
now.
gets lead.
Oh, we got a power jam. Let's see if the Minnesota blockers can help create some offense here.
Shock returning to the track.
I think might have had a jammer a little out of bounds there. Oh, nice.
Booby's going to the box for Sacramento. Battle Arena collecting 4 points for Minnesota.
Cinder Blocker put a nice hit on Battle Arena, but Battle Arena maintained her composure and is coming back around for another scoring pass.
Cinder Blocker holding lane 4 very well while Hazard returns to the track, gets through, puts that helmet cover on. I think they're gonna call it before any points are made for Sacramento. That is 4 more in that pass for Minnesota with an 8-point jam total for Minnesota.
Closing up the gap a little bit. It's now a 10-point bout. Looks like we have an official timeout. You know, for years I just thought they were praying to their sun god, but it turns out that just means official timeout. Not a dark pagan ritual as I had thought. You know, I'm eating my Nicaraguan food again. And just, plantains look like a big banana, but they're not. What's your thoughts?
I don't know if I've ever had one, to be honest.
I just ate the last one.
And I never will. No,
Never will. Yeah, it's like an unsweet banana. They fry them up. No, they're actually pretty good. Yeah. I'm not sure I would eat them raw, but they fry them and make them into little chips.
I like chips.
Yep. You can pretty much fry almost anything, and I'm probably going to eat it. But plantains are one of them. That's for sure. All right, official review. Not sure I saw the play that they would be reviewing here, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
there's a lot of things that we could have missed. I didn't see anything obvious, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen.
It could be an instance too. I mean, possibly not for this one, since the refs do look like they are deliberating. I think that sometimes official reviews are called just in place of a timeout. If we need to give everyone a break, a breath. Montra's having a great time getting the crowd pumped up. I love to see it.
I wonder if, when you have all the refs standing next to each other there, if it's like a barcode that you could scan on your phone. Might get you 10% off at the snack bar. I'm not saying it does, but somebody could try that. We have a barcode of zebras out there. When we do get going again, it looks like we got Stoner lined up to jam for Sacramento. I am not sure who Minnesota has. They're taking advantage of this, I think, and having a little
strategy chit-chat, maybe.
Or maybe just talking about who's driving to the after party. It could be either. We don't know. So, Minneapolis is the home of Prince. That's one of the things from Minnesota that I love. But they also have something called lutefisk.
What?
Lutefisk. They're Scandinavian up there, and this is true. It's fermented fish that turns into a jelly-like substance.
I don't know about that.
And they eat it, hear this, on purpose. They have like little lutefisk parties. Minnesota, a strange and unique culture. That's all I'm going to say about Minnesota.
Isn't that where the Mall of America is? Or
They have the Mall of
They got the
America.
Mall of America, yeah.
Mall of America. If you're in Minnesota and you go to a party, they'll call it a pitch-in, and someone will bring a hot dish.
That's a potluck.
No, it's a pitch-in, and they'll bring a hot dish with Marty and the menfolk. I have a sister that has lived in Minnesota her entire life, and she sounds like a character from Fargo.
Minnesota?
So, Minnesota. Yeah,
Minnesota.
sure, you betcha. Now that we're done with our hurtful stereotypes, let's move on.
The funny thing is, I have a skater from Minnesota staying with me this weekend. too. I'm
Sacramento
gonna hear about
is
this later.
challenging the lack of a cut call on Blue Jammer 2-2. Upon review, it was observed that no derby action occurred after the initial call-off. They will not retain the no-call stands.
Well, Sacramento did not win that challenge, but if you don't use the challenge, you're definitely not going to get it. So
That's
it's
true.
always worth a try. It doesn't pay to get to the end of the bout and not have challenged anything.
And Boo Boo jamming for Minnesota. Stoner jamming for the Maulstars.
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo gets through, gets lead. Stoner trying to push their way through on lane 4. Now to lane 1.
Yeah, it looked like Boo Boo faked going to the middle and got Sacramento defense off their balance to trying to rotate and then took the inside lane.
Booby's returning to the track, trying to play some O for Stoner as well.
And Minnesota, Boo Boo is trying to get her way through the pack so that they can get back in this bout.
And we had a helmet cover pass. Shock is now holding the helmet cover for Sacramento.
Now, can anybody take a cap pass, or is it still just a pivot?
Only the pivot.
Only
the
the
pivot
pivot
can take the star. No one else is even supposed to pick it up. If it falls on the ground, the jammer has to go back, pick it up, and then
Wow.
hand it to the pivot.
That's
And you
like-
can't throw it either.
No, I knew that. All right.
I do not. Rhodes jamming for Sacramento, getting lead status. Cinder Blocker is pinned to the ground. Rhodes coming around to collect some points. Fanny Smack getting through that initial pass. And Cinder Blockers go into the box.
It looked like we were just going to get all our players back out on the floor. And Cinder Blocker is going to start the next bout sitting down instead.
Yes, and it looks like we have a blocker each standing for the teams as well. So Sacramento will actually go out with only 2 blockers on the track, and Minnesota should have 3 this next jam.
But that should be quickly rectified, but it's going to be an interesting start to the jam.
We got a timeout too.
Oh, it's a timeout.
Yep.
I thought Shock just did something. I'm like, come on, Shock, we haven't even started yet. And this is a perfect time to get a bout shout if you haven't done it already. You see our skater walking by there with a big sign. $2. You can say hello to your favorite skater. You can say hello to your mom that's watching at home. You can make fun of someone in the arena right here at the Bear House. Anything you want us to say, we're probably going to say it. It's only $2, and it helps out Sacramento Roller Derby.
And going to take this opportunity to recognize one of our sponsors again as well. Urban Flex and Flow offers TRX and boot camp style workouts, instructor-led cycling sessions, vinyasa yoga, and restorative sound healing. Visit them online at urbanflexandflow.com to book an introductory class today. And are we going back to Derby? It appears to be that way. Hazard's going to be jamming for the Maulstars. Number 511, Wheelie Nelson back on the track. They have 5 penalties right now, so let's see how this jam goes. Once you hit 7, you do foul out of the game.
Nice hit from the Sacramento blocker there.
Wheelie gets recycled back. Merle Hazard gets through and gets lead. Jam was called quite early.
Yeah.
Wonder what that was about. I didn't quite see that.
Sacramento's just going to leave their current line out there, I guess. They decided that they hadn't been out there long enough.
Mine as well. That was a really short one. Hazard's jamming again, too.
I don't think that one wore him out, that's for sure. So interesting call all around there. I'm not sure exactly what the strategy was there, but let's see if it pays off.
Battle Arena jamming. Oh, no, that's Boo Boo. Boo Boo jamming for Minnesota. Hazard getting out on lane 4, getting lead. Battle Arena following right behind in that hole that was left after Hazard. Hazard's going to try to get some points and probably call it. Ooh. That might have. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nope, no points Minnesota there.
I'm just seeing the fist.
Golly.
All right.
Stoner jamming for the Maulstars.
And Fanny Smack is jamming for Minnesota.
Cinder Blocker returning to the track.
Oh.
Stoner jumps the straightaway, I believe, and gets lead status.
Put some energetic pressure on that Minnesota defense, made them react to her, and they could not do it in time. So let's see if we can now get a scoring pass. Sacramento blockers are completely keeping Fanny Smack bottled up there. She has not made much progress at all.
Stoner's also stuck behind this Minnesota tripod.
Yeah. Well, we got
Watts is going to the box for Sacramento. Sacramento has no pivot on the track currently. That's 4 points for Sacramento. Rolling Stoner coming around for another scoring pass. Fanny Smack still working their way through with the helmet cover in hand. And another apex jump from Stoner. It's complete. It's good.
And we had bodies flying there. I think there was a Minnesota blocker that tried to hit a hit on Stoner, and Stoner was no longer there. That completely faked him out. And Fanny, after a long while, managed to free herself up. But Sacramento wisely calls off the jam, and we had an 11-4 Maulstars jam. We have current score, Sacramento Maulstars 130, Minnesota B Squad 111, with 7 minutes left in the bout. Still an open bout. Either team could walk away with this. We're just going to have to see what happens. We're going to have to play this one out. We got Battle Arena up for Minnesota.
Rhodes Warrior for the Maulstars. Rhodes trying to push through on the 1, now the 4. Battle Arena's middle 1.
Went 1-4, back to 1. She is looking for any kind of hole she can find in that Sacramento defense. And so far, the Sacramento is doing a great job on rotation. And did I jinx it? I just jinxed it for them.
Battle Arena is lead coming around, and Rhodes gets out as well.
Battle Arena did a nice spin move to free herself up on the outside, and then grabbed a couple quick points, quick 4 points, and called the jam, making sure that Sacramento got none. That's the second half of that battle. Tor's Quad Shop is owned and operated by that one ref. Tor has over 18 years of experience on skates between roughing, derby, and trail skating. She's been a loyal supporter of SRD, and we hope you will show her some love in return and go check out her booth over in Vendor Alley or go see her at the shop located at 2309 K Street, Suite 101 in the Boulevard Skate Shop.
Hazard is lead jammer. T-Rex following behind. Let's see if Hazard's going to collect any points on turn 2.
Looks like yes, I think. And we're getting the pack spread out a little bit, which normally means that the jammers are going to have a bit of an easier time. Did they successfully hold
4
Sacramento
points
there?
Minnesota, 4 points Maulstars.
Oh,
in
that's
that
what
jam.
I thought happened. Just for a moment, I thought, did they hold her? It didn't look like they held her. So that was 4 even, so no leads change at that point. Let's see what we're going to do next. Looks like we got Stoner back out here, who has had some nice success late in the bout here. Still has a lot of energy, which kind of goes against the whole Stoner persona, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't expect that.
2 modes.
Little
Two
bit.
modes.
Yeah, 2 modes. Not as mellow as I would think. And it looks like we got Stoner and Boo Boo out there. Boo Boo has impressed me with just like some toughness tonight, both from bouncing back from a couple spills and man, I saw her pushing that Sacramento tripod, and she had about 8 times her weight that she was forcing down the track, and I was quite impressed. So we got some small but mighties out there. Stoner loosening up, getting in the flow.
Getting right on that line, too.
Yeah,
at
not
5. Backing up, though, to get a little bit of a running start. Attacking that tripod while Boo Boo gets through, gets lead. Stoner's still stuck in the back. Kitten Run trying to come back and play some O for Stoner, but going to the box, unfortunately.
And
Stoner getting out on an initial, followed closely behind by Boo Boo, who's doing some scoring passes.
I thought Stoner was going to have to cycle to the back, but the blocker that knocked Stoner out is heading for the penalty box, so there was a call there I missed. So, but we had a 4-point Minnesota jam, keeping the bout within striking distance for either squad. An 11-point SRD lead. That's pretty much one good jam, one decent-sized jam.
Rhodes Warrior out for Sacramento.
And Wheelie Nelson jamming for Minnesota.
Wheelie getting lead again.
She found that inside
Rhodes
line, and I think we had a blocker put a body on her, but it wasn't enough. Got kind of blocked by the blockers there. I couldn't see what happened. We should have gotten a few points there for the Minnesota. We got 2. Minnesota, again, using that strategy. They're trying to chip into the Maulstars lead, but make absolutely sure that the Maulstars don't get any points. That might be more important to them at this point than getting points on their own, is to make sure Sacramento does not get points.
Fanny Smack and Merle Hazard on the line as jammers right now. Hazard going right for that Minnesota tripod. Fanny Smack doing the same on the inside.
And now trying to muscle her way through the middle, split the tripod apart. I think it's like trigonometry that says that, triangles are the strongest shape.
Yep.
That is exactly why they're doing it.
Hazard getting through, getting lead.
Very nice. Did a good job against some tough Minnesota defense. Nice hit from Minnesota, and they're going to make her cycle all the way to the back. Oh, we got a high arm call there, I think. We get I think we got a foul call on Minnesota, and the jam got called. There's a lot of things happening.
Sacramento was able to clear their penalty box during that jam as well. Watts is back. So now we will have a pivot on the track for Sacramento.
But Minnesota is going to start this jam a little bit light-handed. They have one of their blockers sitting down. Yeah, it looked like it was a high forearm. I don't think that was intentional. It looked like that was just intended to be a clean hit, and it drifted up on him a little bit. I think is that Godzilla over there hyping up the crowd, or was that something?
Oh, that
else?
was Rhodes. That was Rhodes.
That was Rhodes. That was Rhodes from the track.
Hey, let's keep it PG over there. I'm watching you two.
All right. So, again, we got Rhodes Warrior jamming for Sacramento, Battle Arena for Minnesota. Minnesota, they're going to have to make a move here pretty soon if they're going to have a chance of getting back in this thing. So, got time for a
Rhodes
few
gets
more
recycled
jams.
to the back. Battle Arena still working through the pack as well. Rhodes and who is lead? What is happening? What is
That
happening?
is going to be a back block, I think, on
Sour
9.
Ranger.
Yeah. Sour Ranger for Minnesota.
Oh, sorry. Sour Ranger was the Sacramento skater.
Was Sour Ranger with the Sacramento skater? You're right.
I gave you the wrong name.
Sorry about that.
Rhodes goes around, gets 4 points.
At any rate, I understand why that happened for Minnesota, though, because they absolutely needed to win this jam, and it does not look like it's going to happen for them. So,
And Rhodes calls it. That is a 8-point jam, Sacramento. 0 for Minnesota.
we have a 19-point lead for the Maulstars, so this is kind of do or die for Minnesota here. They have Boo Boo jamming for them. And let's see what the Minnesota B squad is made of here. This is going to be make or break time. Maybe the last jam. We might have another one. Oh, we're going to have a timeout for the Maulstars. Yeah, looks like a timeout for the Maulstars. We get a little strategizing going. Both teams know this is an important jam. Minnesota's the land of 10,000 lakes. They have a lot of lakes up there. Just thought I'd mention it.
Ah.
They used to have a basketball team, and they named it after that. That's where the Lakers came from. Then L.A. stole them. You ever
What?
wondered why Los Angeles
know
has a
that.
team called the Lakers?
You know what? That is funny.
They took it from Minnesota.
I never thought about that.
It would be the most out-of-place name for a team, except that the Utah Jazz still exists. So, I've been to Utah. No Jazz is happening in Utah
That
whatsoever.
was brutal. Hazard jamming for Sacramento. Number 18, Boo Boo jamming for Minnesota. Minnesota's pack takes the lead at the 5 seconds. Let's see what this
Boo-Boo
strategy is here.
Getting cycled to the back after trying to get through that inside line. Both teams playing tough defense. Boo-Boo found a little gap on the outside.
Almost made it through on the 4. Almost made it through on the 4. Hazard gets through, gets lead.
Yeah, not what Minnesota needed to have happen there. But Hazard got a point or two on there, and until Boo-Boo gets free of that pack, Hazard's not going to feel any pressure at all to call this thing. They're going to run out the clock. And that's a scoring pass. So
45 seconds left in the second period.
Minnesota did need some points to go up on the board in this last jam, but it's going up in the wrong column for them, unfortunately. Interesting strategy time. Is Sacramento just going to run out the clock here, or are they going to call the jam? I think they're going to run out the clock. While our skaters visit Lowe Chiropractic for their sports-related injuries, Dr. Lowe also works with patients suffering from chronic pain, personal injury, headaches, and auto accidents.
That's another 4. Sacramento. Hazard calls off the jam. Your unofficial score, 125 to 160 for the Maulstars. Oh, Siggy's freaking out. Get out on the track, give some high fives, tell your favorite skater they did a great job. Both teams played so well in this game.
This was really one of the best bouts I've seen so far this weekend. Both teams were pretty much in it all the way until the last jam. So
much strategy happening, too. You could not look
hats off
away.
to both teams. That was a fantastic bout.
Final score, 127 Minnesota, 160 Maulstars.
And for Sacramento Roller Derby, I've been hella sketchy.
And I am Ivana Bump-A-Lot.
And I'm going to cut out. I'm going to go get my high fives.
Get ready for the biggest roller derby event of the year. The 2024 WFTDA Global Derby Championships are coming to Portland. Join thousands of fans and watch the world's top 13 teams battle it out. Feel the excitement, the passion, the power of roller derby. Get your tickets today and be part of the action. Get ready for the biggest roller derby event of the year. The 2024 WFTDA Global Derby Championships are coming to Portland. Join thousands of fans and watch the world's top 13 teams battle it out. Feel the excitement, the passion, the power of roller derby. Get your tickets today and be part of the action.